And good day. Today we're having a little look at this wonderful trailer mate. It was sent to us from Caravan RV Camping.com.au. Now they're a wonderful organisation, fantastic company, got some great products at excellent prices. I thoroughly recommend you go and have a look at them. And we're going to have a good look at this little device. Quite impressed with what it can do. Just having a look at the side of the box at the moment. Quite an amazing little device. It's a little jockey wheel, a hydraulic controlled one. It's got lever action on it, and we'll have a play with it outside, but I'm not going to set it up on the normal Caravan. I'm going to try something a little different and see whether it's going to be useful not only for people with caravans, boats, the old horse float, but also for tradies, because I think this is an excellent idea that can be utilised in lots and lots of different ways. So we'll have a little look. We'll unbox it first, of course, and see what we've got inside. I've just opened the box. I've just split it down the middle, and this is what comes inside it. And these are all the components that come in the box of the trailer mate. As you can see, it's quite extensive. A lot more than what I was expecting. Even comes complete with a little cap. Quite a nice little touch. I like that. I'm very impressed with this. The whole concept is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's something that I believe every caravaner out there requires, especially when you're getting a bit older like myself. I find very, very difficult to lift the ball coupling off the back of the actual vehicle, and the caravans tend to be a bit heavy these days, and the downward force on the tow bar is sometimes a little bit excessive for the old arms of mine anyway, and especially if I park on land that isn't quite level. And I have noticed that it's very hard. I get there and I wind the old jockey wheel up and keep winding as hard as I can and trying to reef up with the little handle at the same time to make the hitch release from the caravan, from the tow car, and I don't have a lot of success. So this device is going to make life so much easier. It's hydraulic, it's a jockey wheel, and it also can be used to change tyres. I mean, you can actually jack up your caravan with it on the side, and don't have to sort of worry about carrying a separate jack. I mean, this thing is brilliant, absolutely amazing. I am very excited about it, and as I said earlier, I'm going to try and use it on something rather than a caravan. I mean, everybody knows it's for a caravan, everybody knows you can do it with a boat, everybody knows you can do it with a horse float. But can you do it on a box trailer, a tradies box trailer? Well, that's something I'm curious about, because I have had a flat tyre once before, and it was an absolute nightmare to try and find a position to jack up the darn trailer, and I wasn't impressed at all. But this device looks like it'll make my job a lot easier. Just going to pop in front here the instructions just so you can have a very quick look. I'll just flick through the pages very carefully so you've got a bit of an idea of what they are. You can always pause if you're curious. I'll hold that up that way. Turn it over again. Gives you a little bit of instructions on how to use it and whatever, and of course the parts list. And as you can see, it is quite extensive. Being hydraulic, it's a lot more than a jockey wheel. And of course we get the last page as well. Warning, this product is only to be used with a trailer mate engagement fitting. Now what they're referring to, of course, is the base plate. You want that obviously connected, because if you don't, it's going to slip everywhere. You'll have all sorts of problems if you're going to use it as a jack. And I've got all these bits and pieces to play with now, and we will go out and see what we can do with it. I better pop this in front too, just so you can see. We've actually got an extendable wheel brace here as well, which I've just noticed, and that looks pretty impressive. I certainly like that. That's a lot easier to get the wheel nuts off than the silly thing that I've got out in my vehicle at the moment. I just use a standard little wheel brace, and yeah, it's a pain, but this got a bit of body to it, and I think that'll do a nice job. I'll open it up in a sec. It looks like it's an extendable one, which it does say there. Oh, gosh, I'm half asleep. Look at that, extendable wheelbase. So yep, it pops out, so we'll have a look at it. And I've just popped it out of the box, and yes, it is extendable. As you can see, it's quite solid, quite impressive. The little socket that comes with it's a double-sided socket. You've got 19mm at one end, and you've got a 21mm at the other, and just pops in nicely. So plenty of leverage on that. So I'm very impressed with that. Now, if you're like me, I like playing with things and seeing what bits and pieces do. I was looking at that and I'm thinking, what on earth is that for? Because, you know, I haven't read the instructions just yet, but I'm going to very shortly. And I have a feeling that this is meant to come down into there. And you just pop, throwing away the actual connection, just pop that into the little bar. Little hole that's in there somewhere, wherever it is. There it is. Pop it through, and then you just secure it on the other side so it doesn't drop off, which is a great little idea. I quite like that, and of course that's also the same method that is used to hold the jockey wheel on, because strangely enough, there's the hole there too. So the little pin is quite nice. Okay, well we'll go out and have a tinker with this. As you can see, I'm playing with the hydraulic jack at the moment rather than the jockey wheel. Well, what I'm hoping to do is connect it to my trailer that I've got outside, and we'll give this a bit of a heave and see whether it does a good job, and we work it from there. Now, this little plate, or two of them that actually come with the trailer mate itself, they must be welded up under a cross member on your caravan or on your trailer. Now, that'll fit up under here on mine. That'll be welded in place. Once they're welded in place, this little lip here locks in place onto the actual jack itself and secures it so it doesn't slip off. Very important that it must be welded up underneath, otherwise it could slip off and injure you. Okay, I've come outside and I've set my trailer up on the back of the car. We have the lifting attachment, which is this little device here. I better turn that round so I can actually see what's going on. Okay, that's better, now I can see. Okay, so that's the lifting attachment, and as you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 little lugs on the back, and they will fit quite nicely over this little section here. So we just pop that on. I'll go second one down. There we go, that's better. That's nice and tight. It's not going to slip anywhere. And of course make certain that you have the unit sitting on a nice solid base. This is on a concrete base, so there's no problems there. Okay, the trailer mate lifting heights are as follows. Minimum height is 145mm, maximum height of the trailer mate is 780mm, and the maximum lifting range is 380mm. So that tells you what it can do. And of course the working load is 1000 kilo. Now in this little trailer at the moment I've got probably about 750 kilos sitting in it, so we will give it a bit of a go and see what we can do. Okay, I've just lowered it down to the next notch. I've just jacked up the trailer mate a little bit, just so there's a little bit more level with the cross member on the back. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, we are now engaged, and see what we can do. Stand well clear, of course. You always work on level ground, and there we go. I don't know if we can, yeah, hope you can see that. I'll get back again. The wheel turns, so we're definitely off the ground, and she's quite solid, not going anywhere, which is good. To let it down, you just release the pressure valve on the side, and down she goes. What a great little idea. I just love this thing. Just amazing. Just so easy. It works on the trailer as well, which is something that's not shown on the box. So there you go. You can use it as a jack for your caravan, your camper trailer, for your boat, for your horse float, or your work trailer. So it works on everything. So I mean, I can't complain about that. Very happy. Okay, we've got the extendable trailer mate wheel brace. It extends to 200mm, and as I said earlier, 21mm on one side, 19 on the other. It's got thin wall sockets so that it'll actually fit most things, and this is on a car, not on the trailer, so I'm just sort of curious to see whether I can get this thing in or not. Oh yeah, there we go, it's on. Oh, look at that, unreal. That'll definitely do the job on the car, so if it does the job on the car, you can imagine it'll do the job on the caravan as well. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, here I've parked on a bit of a incline, just to give you an idea of what it's like to do, or to unhitch using a normal jack, or a jockey wheel system I should say. And of course you start winding like mad and try and lift at the same time. Okay, we're up. Okay, I'll give it a go using the standard jockey wheel, trying to unhitch on a slight angle, and you'll see how difficult it is for me. Especially if I'm going the wrong way, you ding dong. And for this part of the video, I've popped the jockey wheel on, as you can see here. At least I hope you can. It's a bit hard when you're sort of working back to front. So a little safety clip on, and we'll be popping it over on the trailer. Oh dear. You can see she's coming up a lot easier. Won't go any higher than that. But you basically, you're not putting much effort into it. Using the wheel I was knackered. As I got to the top I could barely, I'll lower this down again, I could barely sort of put any pressure on it. This thing, I could definitely pump it up high and probably lift up the rear wheels off the ground, which is not what I've got in mind. But that gives you an idea of the lifting power of this thing. Okay, I've reversed back onto a little bit more level ground now, and hardly any effort at all. That is a great device. Back again, just to loosen it. So, can't argue with that. Wish I had one years ago. I think every caravaner who's got a bit of age on him, get one of these. You tradies out there who have got, like myself, I've got a caravan and I've got a box trailer that I use, an enclosed one, carries quite a bit of weight. This thing is invaluable. I really can't speak highly enough of it. And of course I must thank our friends at Caravan RV Camping .com.au. You can purchase this little unit direct from them. I've got a link on the website for you. And they're wonderful people to deal with, very, very happy. I can't speak highly enough of them, and I'm sure that you will be absolutely rapt with purchasing from them. And they're an Australian company too, which is even better. You don't have to worry about getting junk from overseas. We buy local, and we sort of get faster delivery and much better service.